Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I figured today I'd go ahead and do, I guess this would be like part two of video two of my um, miscarriage story. Um, I was gonna do it all in one video, but I could just add this to the other video. But I think I would just do this separate and just go ahead and edit the other one and put it out. But I'm just chilling outside. Um, It's not too cold, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it. Um, I wish I had my tripod because my hand is going to get tired from holding this, right? But, so I guess that'll just make me hurry up and tell the faster. I don't know. I'm wearing my Access Watch So I Could Fly hoodie from a company that I'll be doing a sponsorship on, but I just went ahead and wore this today because I feel like trying to find nothing else to wear. But yeah, my arm getting tired already. But anyway though, so um, excuse me, the little one's downstairs riding her skates, so I'll be slightly distracted. But anyway, so my second miscarriage. On to that story. So in June of 2019, two of my friends at the time and we decided that we was gonna go to Miami for one of their birthdays, and that we were supposed to turn up, have so much fun, um, and just enjoy like being able to go on a trip together and collectively. So before the trip, I noticed that my period hadn't came yet, and so I was like, well, when I was packing, I was like, well, I'm just go ahead and pack my pads and bring them with me because it hasn't come on yet. That's a little unusual. It's kind of late, and I don't know. I'm gonna just go ahead on and just bring it with me just in case because it should be coming on. It should have already came on, but since it hasn't come on yet, it should be coming on this trip. So um, I'm like, cool. It should be on within like the first 1 or 2 days. Um, so we get on the road. We get there. We got there like at like 2 or something because we got something to eat and went back to the room, and that was it. So um the next day we're just walking, we basically just chill. It was literally like just a chill trip, and we because we got something to eat and went back to the room, and that was it.
Many unbearable hours later.
So the next day um we're just walking, we basically just chill. It was literally like just a chill trip, and we all throughout that day I'm like, okay, it's gonna come on, it's gonna come on, it's gonna come on. I'm telling them my period may come on, it may not. I still haven't gotten it yet because during the time they're like, you got your period, and I'm like, no girl, still ain't here. They like, but you pregnant, just get over it, you pregnant, and we ain't gonna worry about it because it's not gonna happen. I don't know why you brought them little pads. Every time we went back and I was like, we was changing clothes, whatever, my pads was like right there because I had them like, they was kind of sitting like, they was sitting right on top of my luggage. So we're right at the top. When you open my luggage, they were there. So they was like, I don't know why you brought them little pads because it ain't gonna happen, girl. You pregnant. So that was the running joke on the trip. Um, and we didn't really drink that much. We didn't drink like we expected to because we had brought a bottle of Douce with us. Two of us drink, one of us did. So we was like, well, we gonna drink, and we did not. I don't think that bottle didn't even get opened, if I remember correctly. It did not get opened at all. So um, I think I no, we didn't even open the bottle. So Saturday happened. So Saturday night came, and we like what the nightlife looked like or whatever it would be like. And so we on South Beach, and it's a cool little time or whatever. We do our stuff, get drinks, walk around. It was pretty packed, but it was a cool vibe. So while on the way there though, we had stopped by CVS because one of the girls, they needed to get some personal items from there, and they was like, well, while we here, so you might as well just get you a pregnancy test because we don't think that period coming on, girl, and we think you're pregnant. So just go ahead and take a test. While all of us here, we all want to know what it's gonna be, and we just gonna go from there. And that way, you ain't gotta keep thinking about it while we on the trip. You ain't gotta spend that time on the trip thinking about it. We already, saying no. You don't know how to move from there. So I was like, okay, cool. So I bought the 2 pack from there, the CVS brand. I bought it, um, and I want to say I took the test at. I ain't gonna say I want to say. I know for a fact I took the test at 2 o'clock in the morning. I took it once we got back to the room. I took one when we got back because I was like, all of us agreed. We was like, it's already morning time. Because you take the test at the morning time. So it's already morning time. It's 2 o'clock. Let's just go ahead and take it. Um, and so I peed on the stick, and it came back that I was pregnant. So I sent the picture um to my boyfriend or whatever, and of course, again, he was like, "Wow, you all the way in Miami knocked up." So we laughing and joking about that, and he's like, "You have to go all the way to Miami to figure that out." And so, like we all joked about the fact that we it took me going to Miami to find out that I was pregnant, which was funny. And so my friends was like, "Ah, we told you that you was. You didn't want to believe us. Now look at you, not in Miami and knocked up." So, um, so the next morning or whatever, Sunday morning, we went down to, matter of Saturday. I want to say it was her actual birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been. So we just hung out down there. But like the next day, we went to the pool or whatever. And I am not a swimmer. I don't play with water. I'm not getting all the way in no pool. It's not happening. Like I'm staying at the steps, and that was it. But this time, child, I was all in that pool up to my shoulders, just literally chilling. Cause the pool that was at the W, if you ever been to the W in Miami, you know what I'm talking about. But like the pool was that the kind of pool where it doesn't have you know how the pool has the edges to the pool. This one doesn't. It was like overflow, so you could literally just walk out of the pool. It's kind of the vibe that it's giving. I forgot what it's called, what kind of pool that's called, but like it's a thing. And so we was in that kind of pool, and child was in that pool. We had mimosas. Yes, I still was drinking like, well, that was the only drink I had. Actually, let me correct myself. That was the only drink I had because it looked like it was gonna be so good, and so I got one of those. It was like a next thing I think it was a mimosa, if I'm not mistaken. I remember orange juice and some kind of wine or champagne, so it had to be a mimosa. So I had one or two of those. And child, they was like that. They was like that ain't never that baby. That baby was like water because when I tell y'all, like it was like it rejuvenated me or something. I don't know, but being in that pool was like giving me life apparently. So we did that. We got a what's it called? We didn't get a canopy or we didn't go all out with the pool, but we did get the seats at the pool. So we just sat around the pool for a little while. I want to say we ordered another drink, or the one of my friends, they ordered a drink, and the one that didn't drink, she ordered like some kind of little appetizer type thing. We did that. We just chilled, and then we went to the beach, and they made it their business to make sure that I had, um, because it was supposed to be, they had one or two chairs that came with the room at the beach. So, um, we was like, no, we gonna need three chairs, and we also gonna need an umbrella because it was extra for the umbrella and it was extra for the extra chair. Um, so the first I was like, I don't need no chair at the beach. I don't need it. I don't need all that. But they was like, girl, you might get tired, so it might dry you out. And you know you've been sleeping the whole time because when I tell y'all I was sleeping ever since I got out, I was asleep. Um, but yeah, so I was sleeping the whole time, so they was just like, just in case you need to take your nap at the beach, here you go. And we know you're not really gonna get in the water like that anyway, so yeah, you do need that. So we did that. I chilled out on the beach or whatever. The trip went smooth. The rest of the way, we joked, we played, and I slept. So when I came back home, I forgot what day we came back home, but it was like, I want to say it was like Monday or Tuesday when we got back. Um, it was still like I was still okay. Um, so I want to say it was like June 22nd, but I have the exact date. Um, so we got back home. Everything was still fine. I called my doctor and I scheduled an appointment um, to come back in. And so they was like, yeah, we want to get you in as soon as possible because this is your second pregnancy and the first one ended in a miscarriage, unfortunately. So we just want to make sure that this pregnancy is viable and we want to try to do what we can to come to like bring this baby to life, basically. So I scheduled an appointment. Um, I want to say the appointment was in 2 to 3 days. So yeah. I went back to work because I did have to work. I went back to work. Um, and when we came back, I started spying, and so that would have been my actual doctor's appointment. I wouldn't say would have been a day or two later, but so I started spotting again. I'm like, fuck, no, not again. So I was cramping again. And this time my mom was just like, let's just go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. Um, during this time, like I said, I was cramping again. I was bleeding, and this time it was like it wasn't heavy, heavy, but it was like a medium heavy. It was like an actual flow. It wasn't a spot inside. It was a flow. So I went to the hospital, and um, they asked me like this and last time I had a period, all that. So they came to the conclusion that my pregnancy was around between four. I was in my first trimester, but I was like 4 to 6 weeks out. And so it was they did a ultrasound and they just did one. I don't think they did one vaginally. Um, yeah, they just did the top one, the one over my stomach uterus again, and it was like the baby it's not measuring, and we think that you may be having a miscarriage, but we do suggest that, and it's really nothing that we'll be able to do. So we just suggest that you take it easy, like very easy, and that you schedule an appointment with your OBGYN and let them know that you did come into the hospital. Let them know that we do think that you are threatening an abortion. And I'm like, an abortion? I didn't abort nothing. Like, I'm not abort shit. So what the fuck are you talking about? And she was like, no, that's what we call any pregnancy that's lost is technically an abortion. I'm like, nah. So I'm threatening a miscarriage. And so and she was just like, she didn't even want to argue with me on it. So um, the appointment was scheduled. And no, I'm sorry. We ended off because they took my blood that time. Um, they said my HGC levels were low. Oh, and also when as soon as I came back, I contacted my best friend and told her, who then contacted someone else, that someone else was able to check my checked my blood and like repeat blood, and we came to the conclusion that I was pregnant and that but my HCC levels were low again. They were lower than what they should have been, but I was pregnant, and so I already knew that. And because I knew that, that's another reason why I was okay with going ahead. Once I started seeing blood, I was okay with going ahead and going to the hospital. And so, like I said, it was nothing that they could do. They saw a sac in me, but the baby wasn't the size that it should have been that late in pregnancy. So I was just like, okay. So then, so I scheduled an appointment. The appointment was for the next. No, they was like, we'll just stick to your appointment, but if no, I'm sorry, the appointment was for the next day, like I said. And so I was like, okay, cool. So when I went home, um, I was kind of pissed off about it, but I was like, just gonna take it easy and just chill out. And I was just once again like laying down and just like rubbing my stomach and like, please, just hold on, um, just hold on. I love you. Like, just tell me what I need to do to help you. Hold on, basically. Um, and I wasn't getting any answers, so I just kind of knew within myself that it wasn't gonna come to fruition for me at that time. And so I was like starting my own mental healing journey and being able to accept fate basically. And so the next day I continued to like bleed. It wasn't nothing to like die about, right? And so I went to my doctor's appointment. They did a vaginal ultrasound inside, and he was like, "Yeah, you are threatening miscarriage. The baby is not the size that it should be. Again, this you are 6 weeks. Six. No, he actually said 6 weeks. I would say he said I was 6 weeks pregnant. Um, and but the baby is not measuring to that size. Like it's basically you're miscarrying, and hopefully it'll pass when you use the restroom like it passed the last time." Um, and he was just like, but it's nothing that we can do right now. It's just a waiting game. And so I was like, okay, he was like, it could happen within 1 or 2. It could happen within this next week or so. I was like, okay. Um, so I went back home. And basically I cried once again. But I tried not to cry too much and let it beat me down too much because um I kinda knew and I didn't want to put stress on the possible baby. So I so the next day, I still had to go to work. Um, so the next day I went to work, and once at that same, I was in between time or whatever. My best friend, she had given me. She know I love watermelon, so she had given me like 3 very small watermelons, and to help them out because her dad's friend had given them some watermelon. He had given them too many. They wasn't gonna be able to eat them all, so she just wanted to get rid of them before they went bad. And I had completely forgot about them. Um, and they was just sitting in the living room, and one of them had went bad. No, like yeah, like one of them had went back to the point where it had popped. And so I was wondering why fruit flies was like in the house, and the watermelon was the only fruit that we had. And so I went and I like rolled one of the watermelons, and it had, like I said, it had bugs, and so it was fruit flies under it, um, basically eating the watermelon. So I was like, fuck. So the smell, it had started to smell, and it was getting on my nerves. Same day, same time she left out. So I told my brother, I was like, hey, we gotta get this out of here like ASAP. And so he was like, okay, he was playing this game, and he was taking too long to get up and make it happen. And so like I got the watermelon, I um put them in a trash bag and started to take the trash bag to the trash can myself. And so as I had finally gotten them down the stairs, and I was just like standing there because I was on the phone as well. I think I was on the phone with my mom or my best friend or one of my friends. I don't know. I was on the phone though. And so by the time I got downstairs, he was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "And why are you doing that?" I told you I was gonna get it. I was like, "Well, you was taking too long, and I can't deal with that no more." So um, so he came and took the bags and took it on to the trash can. And so I went back in the house, and within an hour, I just felt like a cramp in my stomach, and I went and used the restroom. And when I used the restroom, I got up, and once again, there was something big in the toilet. Um, and so I was like, I just started crying because it had happened again, and once again, I'm forced to flush my child down the toilet. I didn't take pictures this time. I only took pictures the first time, but I didn't take pictures this time. And I was just like, I don't want to have a remembrance of having to do that. And the doctor already seen the sack, and had already said it was gonna happen, so I don't need to take pictures for that reason either. So I flushed my baby, and my boyfriend, he came back in the house one of the he came back in the room, and I was like, I had to do it again. And once again, he just sat down. And so that night we didn't have dinner. Like, we both just went to bed, and I went to bed crying again, and just wondering why, like trying to come up with all different reasons as to why it was happening. So I called my doctor the next day, and they told me to come in same day. So I went in. We did another vaginal ultrasound, and it was like, it's gone or whatever. And he was like, yeah. So what came out this time was that, and I want you to come back next week because I want to get, I forgot what he called it, but he wanted to insert saline into my uterus, um, so that he can then do an ultrasound, and he can actually see the inside of my uterus to try to figure out what's going on and what's causing um, me to have miscarriages. And so I was like, okay, cool. So of course we didn't have to do a DSC. He was like, he feels like everything came out, and I went back home to start my healing journey all over again. So the next week I went back to the doctor. Um, he did the slight procedure or whatever. It wasn't painful. It wasn't horrible. They thought the lady, she was like, is it, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, that's all I remember her. The lady that does the ultrasounds, I forgot what they're called, but she was like, I was like, yeah. So they did that. And then I cleaned myself up. He was like, you're probably gonna see or have like the saline is probably still gonna come out, but mostly hopefully it's supposed to mostly come out like during your urination. If anything else left in there, because I want to say that they stuck me again to take it out, but I don't remember that happening. But so yeah, so they had me to go. Once I got that dressed, they had me to go into his actual office, which was strange to me. I'm like, hey, I get to go into the office. I had never been to that part of the hospital before. And so he has a nice ass office though. So I went back to the office and waited because he was like, I'm going to look at your results, um, look at everything, and then I'll be back. And so I waited about 10-15 minutes. He came back in there, and he was like, so I found that there are webs in your uterus. And so when I asked you, I probably am, but like the webs were like, let's see, like this. This is how he showed me. It's like your uterus, like something in your uterine wall looks like webs. And so we now have to try to figure out where those webs are. He's like, I think it's scar tissue from your surgery. But I do want to take a deeper look. So in doing so, you'll have to have the actual procedure to where we go into your uterus and actually take a look. And so, um, it was like, yeah, in my mind, I'm saying, literally telling him okay, but in my mind I'm like, yeah, it's not happening. Like this surgery has already fucked me up enough. You're not going back in me to try to figure out what's going on. Either you know or you don't know, and clearly you don't know, and you're not finna. You ran one experiment on me, you're not running another one. So yeah, no way. Um, so we sorry, they're having a conversation downstairs, and I'm trying to see what they want to do. But I didn't go back after that day. I never went back to that doctor again because at this point I'm your experiment and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, at all. So, um, so we go back. So I leave. Like I said, I never went back. And once again, my healing journey starts again. And at this time, I go, I tell my mom what's happening. I let everybody know what happened and the results of everything. And so then I start, just doing my research. And one of my friends, they told me about crystal alkaline doula. It was like they think that it'll be pretty good for a good idea for me to look into her and what all she provides. And she's pretty good. She's had, a pretty good success rate with people who have been struggling having babies and, you know, take a look, see what you can find basically. And so that's what I did. And I now have like hope that when the time is right and my baby wants to go, it'll happen. Um, and yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Like I've accepted it. I have no choice but to accept it. I also accept that this is going to be a struggle and a journey. And yeah, you know, um, like I said, when it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. Um, but yeah, that's my second miscarriage story. And if you watched the first one and this one, thank you so much. And if you've been tuned into all four of the videos, the latest videos I've posted, thank you so much again. You're highly appreciated. Hope I didn't talk too much. I know I say a lot, but just I don't know why I do that, but yeah. So hopefully you stay tuned. Until you stay tuned, I do have some pretty good videos coming up, I think. And yeah, continue on this journey called life with me. Um, and like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel inclined to do so. It would be highly appreciated. And yeah, don't forget to live your life, love yourself, and be amazing.